broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first. Perfection. Expect nothing else. Do you like to make yourself a hot cup of coffee to start your day? We have both whole bean and grounded. Also great for all you iced coffee if not a hot kind of person. Even make yourself a frappe to quench your thirst. The best tasting coffee with espresso. It's only $18.99 plus taxes for a 12-ounce bag. Buy 1 to 5 bags and shipping is only $7. If you spend over $100, shipping is absolutely free.
Good morning and welcome to War Week. It is Bears, it is Packers, and we are ready to go with a brand new OC, a healthy starting O-line it looks like today. But still, no Jaquan Brisker. Of course, we've got Woody. Good morning, Woody.
Morning.
We've got
afternoon, actually. But good.
You afternoon, yeah. For us in the Central, Mike. Good morning.
Good morning.
And of course, we got Mike, the Bear fan. He's doing some things in the background. He'll join us shortly. And supposedly, we got some Packer fans who are going to come on and talk a little trash, as they will. Guys, it's week 11. We're 4-5. We fired an OC and have hired an interim. I don't know if you guys have seen more on Coach Brown since Wednesday when we talked last. It's going to be a little bit interesting today, huh?
Yep. I was going to see the new play calling, see what happens. Got to get that ball out. We'll see. Jenkins isn't playing today. We'll go to the injury report. Ryan Bates and Darnell Wright are playing, so hopefully the offensive line can hold up.
Wait, so Jenkins is now – last night I didn't see Jenkins on the final injury report. I thought he was playing.
No, it says he is out. I will confirm it, but that's what I've seen.
And good morning, Chris, coming in from X this morning. Let me do a little something here. I thought he was playing today, but
let me see.
Oh, look at that! I do exist. All right. Yeah, I thought I saw that he was playing, but
no. Karan and Jenkins are out today. Sweat and Moore are questionable. Brisker out, of course.
Yeah, Brisker now is on the IR, and he's out until what's the date on that? December, isn't it?
4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm surprised they didn't make it retroactive.
Yeah, it's really serious if it's he's missing his 5th game. So after 4 games, they'll be missing 9, and we'll see what happens after his IR because they can extend it if he's still showing symptoms.
Yeah, I'm a tad bit worried about where he's at, to be honest. Scary stuff there. Good morning, Garth. Yeah, all the NFC North teams are in the noon slot today, so unfortunately, we can't watch the other NFC North teams after the Bears game. It's just Bears, Packers, and I know the Vikings are in where are they? Nashville, because Rob is in Nashville posting pictures last night, all at the Drunken Bar. So great for Viking fans down there in Nashville. That game is also at noon on Fox. All the games are on Fox at noon today for the NFC North. So yeah, should be interesting. Now, our game. Um, I I don't know. What are you looking? Bear down, Mike. What are you looking at with new OC? What are you looking for out of him?
They're sneaking.
Where you're going to be able to say, okay, this is better. Okay, well, we still got issues.
Less predictable. No third down screens to DJ Moore. Pound the ball. 3rd and 2, pound the ball with Roshan. He's your third down guy. He can get 2 yards.
X this morning. Yeah, I would like to see the running game. Yeah, it's one, they were starting to play much better with the running game, I thought, over the last couple of weeks. They were doing really good. Then they kind of Waldron kind of got away from it, right? And then he kind of I don't know. The third down screens to more DJ were so predictable because they go into that formation. Everyone knew it was coming. So, yeah, he's got to now look at there's been more coming out about him. They talked to some of his former teams and whatnot, and everywhere he's been, the players have a lot of respect. When he was LA, before he left LA, he was being looked at for head coaching gigs, and at that time, there's Chris. Good morning, Chris.
Morning, Chris.
Navy Packer fan there. Yeah.
Morning, you need blow pack Bo?
Yeah. Well, he gets mad because I do this to him.
Packers suck!
There you go.
On our X Live last time. We had live space. There you go, Martina. Bear down. He was being looked at for head coaching positions, though. Interesting guy. I mean,
highly respected around the league. That's what I've been hearing.
Very. So he was a player. If you were like, oh, well, what happened was in his final preseason game, he got horse collared and ended his career. Horse collar tackle ended his playing career. And so he decided he wasn't going to give up and he was going to go into coaching. And he started out with running backs because that's what he was. And then he moved on to several different, he's moved around a little bit. And McVay had him with the Rams, and he was up for head coaching. McVay was stumping for him to become a head coach. So to me, that says a lot. So I think we're going to get a different look out of the Bears, which is going to make it a little bit harder on the Packers this morning, today, because they don't know what to prepare for. I mean, you have a whole new play caller. You know what the scheme is going to be. You know what the players are, but no one knows what this guy's tendencies are. No one knows what he's going to commit to and what he's not going to commit to. So for the Packers, it's a little bit of the unknown. For the Bears, it's a little bit of an adjustment. So,
right. I personally think they're going to change the offense, make it a little more simple for Caleb. What I mean by that is I think they're going to run the ball a lot more than what they have to take some pressure off of Caleb.
Yep. And I think quick passes, too. That's got to be the game.
Well,
yeah,
we got to be better on third down. One for 14 last week.
Yeah.
We got to get better.
To go to Mike the Bear fan, producer Mike's comment, though, I was watching Bears post game on Chicago TV. And they were saying kind of the same thing, Mike. They're like, look, they put, I mentioned this on the morning show. I think I even mentioned it Wednesday night. The basic idea was this: they put so much on his plate that yes, it'll benefit him down the road in the long run, but the short term it overloads. And so they needed to take off the field. And it's not that you don't think, or they don't think, and I agree with that, you don't think it's the same, but it's just too much on his plate. So take a little bit off his plate,
I like that.
For him a little bit, let him worry about certain things, and that will hopefully translate to better play now.
No.
Right? And take the pressure off Caleb,
Yeah, I seen that. He apologized to the team after they fired Shane Waldron.
what did he apologize?
Maybe he's an Aaron Rodgers. He gets the coordinators fired. Who knows? Poor coaches.
Yeah. I agree with Mike what he said. Like Caleb's got to get rid of the ball. He's got to go through his progressions. Like our line isn't that bad because if you look at it, he usually has about 5 seconds to throw the ball. Within that 5 seconds, you should be getting rid of it. Sometimes, yeah, roll out of the pocket, do something with it, but you got to get rid of the ball faster than what he's doing.
Yeah, take those checkdowns. Make those easy passes.
Slant. Hey, the easiest pass besides a screen. Slant passes. I see all these teams doing slant passes, like 4 or 5 yards. Do it. I mean, that's easy first down if you're, obviously 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. Slant passes instead of these screens.
So part of the problem I've noticed in watching the game is receivers, and maybe this was the Shane Waldron effect. They were giving up on Waldron, but they weren't winning routes. They weren't getting open for even Caleb drop. Now, look, we can cherry pick a play here. We can cherry pick a play there. But overall, like when you look downfield, he doesn't have even a small window to try to fit the ball in. And I think sometimes he might be able to make the throw, but he's been a little gun shy, right? Yeah. To a point. And I'm like, dude, just let it rip. But the receivers need to start winning routes and giving him even that little sliver because we know he can put the ball in the sliver. We've seen him put some ropes, right? So
he second guesses himself. He double pumps and then hangs on and then takes a sack. He's got to just let it go. If I'm Flus and I'm Brown, I'm telling him just let it go. Damn, if you throw an interception, we just want to see you get rid of the ball.
Yep.
Yeah. So of course, come to the show. We got my morning co-host Ken, and then we've got our everyday panel member on the morning show. So Rob, good morning, fellas.
Morning.
Get that fucking smile off your face, Rob.
I love it, bro. I'm just listening to all these visions of grandeur.
I haven't heard any visions of grandeur.
If you guys dumb down your offense for Caleb, it just plays in our hand. I hope they do. I hope they make it easier for him so he can perform. But honestly, I'm still saying you guys break the streak of the touchdown. I keep saying the score's going to be 31-10. You're going to get your touchdown. You're going to break that streak.
31-10.
That's what I'm saying.
The defense doesn't allow more than 21 points at Arizona.
Right. Since breaking the streak, Rob, we need to break that 5-year streak, and not to mention Jordan Love to pick 6 like a Jay Cutler. Hopefully, he does it today.
Well, and Love has been throwing an inordinate amount of interceptions by Jordan Love standards over the last few weeks. Well,
hey, I promise you, he's probably going to throw you guys one. Hey, he's done it. He does it every week, bro. It's like look, I'm from the Brett Favre era, bro. He threw touchdowns or interceptions you guys all the time. He did it to everybody. I'm okay with it.
Like I said, we ended his career too when he was in Minnesota.
Yeah, you ended. He was the Iron. What's his record against the Bears? What's Favre's record against the Bears?
And the best take I heard two guys with Jordan Love sophomore slump.
Yeah, we'll see. He hasn't had a sophomore slump against you guys yet.
The thing about Jordan Love, and I talked this pre-show, is that Jordan Love is the least sacked in the league. It's 12 sacks. So if we don't get the Jordan Love, and with their young receivers, it might be a long day for our defense.
Yeah,
it's not even the passing I'm worried about. It's the run game I'm worried about. We can't stop the run.
Heavy dose of them.
Yeah, we need to do better at stopping the run overall. And we've had games where it's been okay, and then we have games where it's like we don't know how to stop it. And the pass rush, look at Montez Sweat. He's been an injury report damn near every week of the season. Come on, man, can we get healthy and because really, we're getting sacks this year. I mean, we're not bitching about not, but we're also not getting pressured. So it's a weird. Like, we're getting just enough sacks so that we don't bitch, right, as a base. But when you look at it, we're really not getting much pressure overall.
Who got your lone sack last week? You guys had one sack last week. Who had it?
Dexter.
Dexter, yeah, Dexter had.
Dexter's been rolling on. He's been getting to the quarterback. He's doing really good.
So we've got to
He's
get a
got
little.
6 or 7 sacks on the season.
We've got to get a little bit better on the pressure, and we got to get better. Definitely need to get better on our run defense. I agree with Woody. If we don't get better on the run defense, then it could be a lot.
Yeah.
And missing Billings really hurts.
Yeah.
All right. Yep.
And then offensively, we need to run the ball more.
Yep.
And we just haven't done a good job of it. I mean, Swift is not over the last 4 or 5 weeks. Swift is averaging just over 4. You know, the season is like 3.2, 3.3, something like that. He is running better, but we need to have more Roshan mixed in there, and soften up the Packers' defense, which, believe it or not, is ranked just ahead of ours right now. But we need to soften up that defense. Caleb has got 5 interceptions on the year. He hasn't thrown one in weeks. And if we can, take a little off his plate, get him some quick throws, quick slants, dump off, that's recipe for success for the Bears.
He's throwing a pair today, bro. A pair.
Well, another thing is not from last week, couple weeks before. We gotta target Cole Kmet more too.
Oh God, yes.
One target last week.
Yep. So I mean, look at it.
Is that play calling or is that Caleb's choice?
See, that's what we don't know. We don't know if it's play calling or Caleb's not looking for him or he's just not getting open.
I want to say it's play calling because Gerald Everett was getting more looks than Cole was.
Yep.
And that was Waldron's guy back in Seattle.
Remember when Ken kept pretending Caleb was good?
Well, look who made the comment. It's
Jesus
Nick.
Christ.
That's all you need to know.
It's got to be Nick.
Yeah,
Nick, I love you. New father, you flex for me, will you?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think some of it was play calling, and then also just receivers weren't winning routes. I mean, this team after the Washington game really looked like they gave up on Shane Waldron, and the writing on the wall was last week when Shane Waldron's on the bench with Caleb, and Caleb is just like rolls his eyes, look away, he's thinking like, what's up with this dude? Because Shane's there joking. And Caleb's frustrated because they're not moving. And that was really when I think the first time we really saw it publicly, the disconnect between Shane Waldron and the offense. We saw DJ Moore walk off the field in Arizona, right? That one play. We've seen them not get open. And so that all became talk about Eberflus when really the problem wasn't Eberflus. The problem was his offensive coordinator. Like, they gave up on their offensive coordinator.
Well, you could debate the Moore thing running out of bounds because if you look at it full speed, it looked like Caleb was going to run out of bounds and DJ Moore ran out of bounds almost the same time if Williams would have ran.
Yeah, but
when he ran out of bounds, he shouldn't have stopped. He should have kept going, but he can't touch the ball first.
If you watch that play, okay, if you watch the play from up top, like an aerial view, like I've been seeing it, when Caleb was rolling left and DJ Moore was coming back, DJ Moore was open. And he's seen, I don't know if Caleb wasn't even looking at him, but DJ Moore was the only receiver there. Yeah. So maybe he got pissed. Maybe I don't know, maybe about his injury. He said his ankle, tweaked his ankle, whatever. And all the rumors all over the place saying that he gave up on his quarterback. No, he didn't. He was open. And Caleb didn't throw it to him, and that would have been a first down.
That's still no reason to walk off the field, though, bro.
He said he tweaked his ankle during the interview, but the next play he was back out. So
did you guys not see the video? Come on, man.
I did. I just
even if he
turned right and walked off.
Even if he came back in, he can't touch the ball.
I didn't see him limping. I didn't see him doing anything. He wasn't limping. He wasn't. He just turned and went right off the field.
And Luca brings up a good stat. Mike had thrown it up there. He threw it up there for a second. When he gets the ball, right there. his QBR when he throws quick is ridiculous.
Yeah, but there's
It's not
and
awesome.
passes.
when he holds it, it just kind of nosedives, right? And I think that there was another comment about him. JB talked about him playing hero ball. And I think, hey, good morning, Dom. I think there's some validity to that, and I think that has to do with how Shane Waldron called this offense. And Caleb got into this hero ball, got to make a big throw, got to make a big play, and got away from what made them successful. And I think that spoke to the coaching of Shane Waldron and how he called this offense. What do you think, Mike?
That's tough.
Yeah, his hero ball is a problem. He had big time in college. He was always playing hero ball instead of taking easy passes. That was the biggest problem coming out. He doesn't take the check downs, the easy passes, and it needs to be coached out of him, right? They need to coach that out of him. Like, hey, you don't need to take the deep shot every time. He has been very inaccurate over 20 yards. You take those quick dump offs. We got guys who can get yak, right? DJ Moore can break tackles. Cole Kmet, put him in the middle of the field, right? That trick play against Jacksonville, the two fake fake screens.
Mm-hmm.
Where was Cole Kmet? Middle of the field. Let's keep doing that. Not the trick plays, but get Cole Kmet in the middle of the field. He's got good hands. He's a big guy. He can get you 7-8 yards consistently.
And the problem, Woody, with what Mike was talking about, the problem was every time they line up for a trick play, like everyone knew where the trick play was coming because a trick play is something that should be disguised by your formation. But yet the formation Shane Waldron would run out there, everyone knew it was coming.
Yeah, that fourth down, these fourth down screens. When teams see DJ Moore going in motion, they know what's happening, especially on a fourth down, because they know what DJ Moore can do after the catch. Yeah. So they, I don't know, get a whole new playbook or what? I have no idea, but they got to do something. Do that. Yeah.
I mean, they don't disguise it very well.
Oh.
You want to disguise it? You put somebody else. You put Roshan and Swift out there. Have one of them in motion. Something to disguise it.
Well, like the playbook, we know the offense when it works. We saw flashes of what it could be, right? Jacksonville, the game before that. When the play, we know that the scheme can work. I think it just came down to the play call because and the offensive line. I know, Mike, you hate that I mentioned PFF grades, but look at the PFF grades for this offensive line. They've been steadily increasing. The O-line play has gotten better, at least on the individual level. Now, when we get injuries and you break up the line and you lose a little cohesion, stuff happens. But they've been getting better, but yet the play calling hasn't produced better results, even though the protection has been getting better. So I'm hoping with Coach Brown today, now calling the plays, that we see that change. We see the disguising. We see the dump off, the screens through the middle, and stuff like that. Because if it's the same old, I mean, the only thing I could say with the same old, McKinney's not going to get a pick today because Caleb just doesn't throw them. But they're going to get like 15 sacks if it doesn't change.
Yeah. They're going to set an NFL record if this O-line can't protect and Caleb can't get rid of that ball.
And plus, Green Bay's leading the league in takeaways. So,
can I ask you guys a question? Let's say Caleb is still doing the same old. Would you guys sit him?
Nope.
Because if I'm Flus and I'm trying to keep my job,
you hurt.
The confidence, right? In Caleb.
Yeah. You could kill him forever if you do it.
You're not going to kill him forever,
bro. You could spin it as saving his life because the O-line.
Yeah, if he's getting killed,
I mean, how's he learning from that? All he's learning is what Fields learned: how to get out, how to run for his life. That's all he's learning.
He's learning what kind of grass they use. That's the problem.
That's a nice way to put it.
Is it Kentucky bluegrass?
I don't
Is
know.
Is it fescue?
Let me see.
Oh, I spot a weed. Somebody's not doing their job. That's the problem. He needs to get the ball. If he's having struggles, I don't mind Bajan coming in to give a spark to this line, to this offense.
I think
it's probably not a bad, especially if he's trying to save his job.
Well, I'm just watching Fox. Caleb was talking to Tom Brady, so maybe he's giving some pointers. So,
do you think it's going to change if Bajan's in? Do you think the O-line's going to protect better? Do you think he's going to – what can Bajan do that quicker? Williams can't?
No.
Well, Bajan isn't really a
come out quicker.
Quarterback. Bajan's more of a in the pocket, so he'll get rid of it or throw it away. Then Caleb will fucking roll out. You know what I mean? That's how I think. But I don't think
Bajan will take those.
Maybe week 15, 16, when the season's over, you do that, but you don't do it right now in the middle of the season.
Bajan is very mobile. You could tell from last year when he was starting for some games and stuff like that. He would run the ball. If there's nobody open, he would run the ball. He would roll. But Caleb just has no time to, how can I say it, fucking roll. So,
no, Nick has a good comment. Nick is saying, look, that's like people saying sit love for Clifford last year. You can't kill his confidence like that in his first starting year. And I agree with Nick. But look, if we're getting now towards week 15, 16, 17, maybe it's still like this. If it's still like this, maybe you start throwing Bajan in fourth quarters, get him some playing time, maybe make him more tradable if you're going to make a move in the offseason with him. If you're not going to re-sign, well, he's not a free agent, but he'll probably, but like most players, he'll be looking for an extension. So I mean, you could do something, but I think you just got to roll with Caleb, man, and you got to let Caleb kind of learn a little bit in the process too.
Well, to piggyback off what Nick's saying, Nick, you can't destroy Clifford because he's a Penn State quarterback. His career's already fucked. Go ahead, Ken.
Now, Swift, look, it took him a minute. He's had to adjust his style a little bit to this Bears line. He was more of a finesse kind of guy, but he's kind of become a little less finesse. He's still got that capability. But he's kind of developed a little bit more of a toughness to his running over the last couple of weeks than we saw early on. So I've been happy with Swift. That piece I've been happy with. Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing some designed runs for Caleb, to be honest with you. I think that's one thing we missed from Justin. Justin would run, and that would create not necessarily an issue for defenses, but something else defenses had to think about and worry about that they don't think about or worry about now with Caleb. Like, do a few designed runs, right? Keep him a little more honest. Make him put a spy out there instead of rushing.
And the penalties got to stop. Jesus.
It's pre-snap penalties, man. Holy fuck. Yeah.
And where's that comment I saw? We should have kept Mooney and left Allen in LA. First of all, Mooney, great player. This wasn't the team for him. He needed a pocket quarterback who can get him the ball.
He's been doing great.
He had drop problems here.
Well, I think he had mental issues here too, to be honest with you. Because look at Mooney, how it starts. He is the guy with Justin, right? He's the guy, and people were, we were never calling him a number one. Remember, we were talking. He's a great number two. He's not a number one, but he's a great number two. And then we went and got DJ Moore, and DJ Moore became the guy, and Mooney got all in his head. And I think the situation in Chicago wasn't right for him, and we said it when he left. Watch, he'll go to Atlanta and he'll play well because he's free.
And Mooney will definitely, and Mooney's number one down there with London hurt. So
yeah, I mean, I think the situation mentally for him is better. Not just, I think he would be fine with Caleb, but I think just mentally you got to hit the reset button and come to a clean situation. And sometimes that's what a player needs.
And we got Keenan on a steal for a fourth round pick.
The money is high, though. The money
is high, but it's only for if we don't re-sign him.
I don't think we will.
I don't think we will either. So we'll end up getting like a third round pick in the end. But what do you have a proven veteran for a rookie quarterback? That's fucking good. That was a good move.
The knowledge
there's nothing wrong with that.
The knowledge he's been able to give to Rome and to Caleb has been invaluable, probably. The play on the field hasn't really lived up to maybe the expectation that Bears fans had coming in. But once again, maybe some of that is on the play calling and the way Shane Waldron ran this offense. They did make a point of going to Keenan Moore the last couple weeks. I'm not saying the Bears won't re-sign him. It depends what the money is going to look like, what he's going to want, what they're going to be. Because look, I guarantee you the Bears have a dollar amount they're willing to spend on. The question is going to be, is that a dollar amount that Keenan's willing to stay in Chicago?
Well, there's already rumors that Eagles are going after him because Eagles need a third receiver, and Keenan Allen with that offensive line, running game, stuff like that, he'd be a good third receiver in Philly.
I mean, what is
No,
that
but
with
that-
dumb people?
Kansas
What is
City
that with
probably
dumb
more
people?
likely for me.
Well, those discussions are obviously way off into the future. We'll see how who knows? Maybe this Bears team turns it around and goes on a run and makes the playoffs, or just misses the playoffs, or we'll see how this rolls now with the changing. But if this Bears team goes on a run, maybe he stays because he likes to see, he likes what he sees. And welcome to the show, a guy we haven't seen in a while. It's Nick, Green and Gold.
What up, man?
Nick, I want to see you,
Great
your
state.
picture, your face. I want to see you flex.
Well, he's too busy, with
Flip
his
him
new
off, Nick.
Utah hockey. He's got his Utah hockey team now, so he's not
Utah.
professional
Good
football.
God. Wow.
We
Wow.
bring him in
The
tomorrow.
Utah Hockey Club.
Yep.
Is that what
Right,
they're
right.
calling themselves?
Yeah, the Devils were the first team to beat them, by the way. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was that's what they're calling themselves this year. They're going to do a vote for the team name next year. We'll see what happens.
Oh.
The
But,
Nick Green and
The
Gold.
Utah Mormons. How about we
Yeah.
call them that?
Yeah, the Bible thumpers, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
But
How you doing,
go-
Nick? I haven't talked to you in a while.
I've been doing good, man. I just had my son finally, and
Yes.
been busy doing everything that I can for the little guys. So it's good to see you guys, though. It's been a while, and I kind of wanted to bounce off of what you guys were talking about originally. Like, there's, as much as I think Bajent, the secret Bajent man, I think he actually might be a better fit for the rest of your season this season. But like I was saying, you can't just destroy his confidence like that his rookie year. Like, what kind of message does that send your number one pick quarterback if you sit him his rookie year? You have to let him get beat up and let him learn from it, or else the kid is not going to develop the way that you need him to.
Well, and the way the fan base in Chicago is in Chicago, they're just going to get out of town.
Well, I know this
Yeah.
is going. I know this is going a long time back though, because we knew these. I'm not saying Caleb is a bust because it's not. It's the offensive line too. But did Jamarcus Russell or Ryan Leaf when they got drafted? Did they play their whole first season, or were they
No.
sitting behind?
No,
Jamarcus Russell only played like 6 games his first season.
Right.
he was so out of shape. Remember, he came in out of shape into the
Yeah.
playbook.
Right.
Came in basically downing whole pieces per snap.
And
I
Ryan's just a dick.
When I watch Caleb throw the ball, I don't see bust. Like, as much as I don't like the Bears as a Packers fan, and I would love for him to be a bust. I don't see his talent pool, the way that he throws the ball, his skill set. I don't see it as a bust. I just think that he just hasn't figured out how to use the offense the proper way. When Jeremy was saying hero ball, I see a lot of hero ball. Like, he's trying to make passes that he clearly can't make yet. You know what I mean? And he does a lot of 1-foot throws, and they're not getting to his receiver. When he plants his feet, that's why the 2-second stat exists, the one that Lucas was saying, because when he plants his feet and throws the ball, he makes great passes.
Well, and Nick, if you notice this though too, and this is kind of what I've noticed with some of the longer throws, like the 1-foot throws. On a lot of those throws, he could plant both feet and throw, but it's almost like he's hearing the footsteps in his head.
Yeah, it's
And
like
so
he's getting nervous. He's getting
Right.
nervous after every
He's
play.
anticipating that hit.
Yeah.
That
he's
could be a
rushing
good
it.
thing, though, because that means that he has a timer in his head. That actually could be a good thing in the long run.
It just needs to be adjusted.
Well, that clock needs to go off quicker.
Well, no, he's got it's good that he's aware that there's impending doom, right? He's gonna get hit, but like sometimes his clock is sped up when it really doesn't need to be sped up. Is what that is an indicator of, because we've seen throws where he could have planted both feet and had time to make a throw like Nick's talking about, but he still rushes the ball. He's got. So that's where the game is being a little fast for him. So what Nick is saying is, look, there's room for improvement there. It's a good sign because once it slows down for him, he's going to start planting that second foot.
And a lot of those throws that you're talking about is when he rolls left. You ever notice when he rolls left, he refuses to plant his feet for some reason?
It goes across his body.
Exactly. And all he has to do is move his body, plant, and throw. And he has time, like Ken's saying. He does have time. He just, I think you're right. I think he's getting scared. He's going to get drilled, so he's throwing it off one foot.
Well, I hate to say this, Nick, but our boy, Bo Nix is playing better.
He is killing it these last couple games.
Yep.
I think that Caleb will be just fine. I think you guys are fine with Caleb. It'll work out eventually, but right now he's having rookie mistakes. And who am I as a Packers fan to even disacknowledge that Jordan Love's having rookie mistakes this year? You know what I mean? Like it's happening to a lot of quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes is having rookie mistakes this year.
Yeah,
shit.
You know, the Kansas City Chiefs, while they're undefeated, the story there really is, to piggyback on what you're saying, Nick, is it's not Patrick Mahomes winning games for them. It's the defense keeping them in position.
And the coaching, I would say. The coaching over there is amazing.
The refs.
Yeah.
The refs.
Jeremy posted in the earlier in our show the penalties for the season. The Baltimore Ravens have 80 for so far, and the Chiefs weren't even on the list. The lowest team was 44. The Chiefs are at 39.
I've seen that list.
Only have 39 penalties for a 9-game season.
So if the Ravens are at 80, that means Green Bay's at 280.
No, we're at 67. we were 67.
Up there.
The Bears
We're
were like
up there.
58. You know, that's how many penalties you got. I mean,
dude, the penalties that. One thing I really hate, like last week when we played the Lions, one thing I really hate watching 2 weeks ago is watching us beat ourselves. It drives me insane. Talk about a winnable game where we just shot ourselves in the foot 50 fucking times.
Well, I mean, look at the Packers this year, Nick, and we haven't had a chance to talk much about it. Of course, Rob and I talk about it every day. You've had you guys are finding ways to win. You had 2 games where you required a walk-off field goal. And that's not very Packer-like, right? No. It used to be maybe a walk-off touchdown, but definitely not a walk-off field goal. And against teams like Jacksonville
or like the Texans, we had the walk-off field goal as well. I was very happy with that game because I finally watched Jordan Love put the team on his shoulders and get us down the field the way that Aaron Rodgers used to. But other than that game, I watch the game and I yell at the TV because Jordan Love is just irritating me this year. It's crazy to watch him, like night and day.
What, you think maybe his injury has something to do with that?
100%. I think that has something to do with it.
He's still dealing with that groin or MCL, whatever it was.
Yeah,
he's good to go.
They never let him fully heal. And then they had the bye week. We'll see how healed he is now. But I said it back then when they brought him back. What, in week 3 or 4, whatever week that was, that just let him sit. No, it was week 4.
It was week 4.
And I was like, just let him sit one more week. They had won 2 games without him with the backup. Let him go one more week. And I get it, though, because, the efficacy of your backup for the third start probably isn't going to be that good. And then they're going to show why he's the backup. But at the same time, even if the Packers lose that game, at that point of the season, it's like, who cares? Just get Love healthy. But they brought him back, and they've been able to still win with Love, but they've seen the difference in Love, and he's still not 100%.
Me, John, and Rob were talking last week or 2 weeks ago how just let Malik Willis start against the Lions. Even if you lose the game, who cares? You're still 6-3 going into the bye. You're looking good. But that was a game with the wind gusts and the rain. Malik Willis would have had probably a better opportunity than Love did in that game.
And Love re-aggravated the injury a little bit during that game.
Yeah, he did.
So it's just let him. Why not just let him sit when you're at 6-2 and you're playing the Lions? Who cares if you lose that game? Seriously.
Exactly.
Especially when the Lions are rolling like the Lions were rolling, right?
They should have pulled him at halftime.
He looked hurt the whole game. He looked hurt.
Oh, I agree. But I'm saying they wanted to try him out. They cleared him to play. And when you seen him limping, like we seen Jacobs limping in that game too, I'm like, why are these guys out there still? I didn't understand it.
Nick, I always talk about Josh Myers. I always talk bad about him. Man, I wish we had him against the Lions.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You guys ever noticed?
2 in a row. It's like,
you guys ever notice when Jerry Alexander doesn't play, our defense looks astronomically worse every single time?
So I guess here comes the question though for the Packers, because like, we get the whole bye week. Oh, we're gonna be so much better after the bye week. Well, it doesn't always translate. Coming off the bye week, the Bears were more injured after through the bye week than they were before the bye week.
Well, what you're talking about is there's one of two things that happen after the bye week. You're either healthy and you start dominating, or you look rusty because you haven't played for 2 weeks.
And we had more guys getting hurt coming into that Washington game. They're like, wait a minute, shouldn't we be healthier coming out of the bye? So the question for the Packers is going to be: is Jacobs did he get healthy? Did Love get healthier? Or did they take the week off to go? They'll get the week off. I don't know if I agree with NFL teams doing this, right? They give the guys a week off and they go off on vacations and this, that, and the other. And I honestly feel that some of these guys taking that week off, it hurts them mentally, right? And even physically.
Well, it's kind of like working out. If you take a week off, you're not in gym condition, right? If you take a week off of football, you're not in football condition.
Yeah, exactly.
And in our case,
playbook, they used to be studying film and everything else. That's what I'm thinking. They should be in a room. It's discussing. What they should be fixing.
No, I agree. Ask Jamarcus Russell how important it is to look at game film.
Yep.
Or
2 days off.
Johnny Manziel, he never watched game film.
Yeah. Let me ask you, Bear fans, real quick. I'm sorry, but I got to ask you, Ken and Mike and Woody. I got to ask you guys. With that Washington game, how did you guys feel, man?
Ken was there.
Nick, what I was picturing is your face on the wall when that happened. And no, you know what?
I knew you had a thing for him, Woody.
I was pissed off. I'm never pissed off usually. That's a good thing. But anyway, I was pissed off, but I'm thinking in the back of my head, I'm a little bit happy how they came back. But on the other hand is we didn't deserve that game. They outplayed us in all aspects of that game, but I was at least happy that Caleb, those last 2 drives, just got us back into the game.
Yeah, he put you in position to win.
Yeah, that fumble hurt with Kramer at the 1 yard line. That fucked us. But that Hail Mary is that was like the first time ever that I can believe that Bears lost on a Hail Mary.
How did you guys feel about your cornerback when you watched him taunt?
I was like
in the face.
I was like bench him. I was like bench him because he has to be until that final buzzer says 0. Your head has to be focused in this game. With him taunting those fans, fuck you, bench him.
You know what that's called? That's called karma.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick, I was actually at that game, sitting in that end zone.
Wow.
Oh no.
And
he played his own video on the morning show.
Yeah, no.
We saw it. We saw it from Ken's perspective.
And I assume even though you were there live, that was just a
hold on. Let me finish here. So I'm in the end zone. Like Woody said, we got outplayed. Sweat sleeves in the third quarter. I'm like, all right, well, we're not going to get more pressure. We let Jaden Daniels run because honestly, we didn't think he was going to run because of rib injury, so we didn't prepare.
You guys had him sacked on that last play like 3 different times.
Well, so he ran out of a lot of stuff that game that we weren't prepared for. We didn't honestly think. I don't think that he was going to run, so we didn't prepare. But then Caleb comes back. He puts us in position. The Hail Mary, now Tyreek Stevenson, from my vantage point, I didn't see him. He was on the other side of the end zone for me, so I didn't see him. But then I saw him come back in and make the play in the tip. And the entire stadium, when that ball got thrown, and first we're all yelling and screaming because there should have been some penalties on that offensive line.
Yeah, there was a few holds that I saw, but it's a Hail Mary.
Holds, almost flat out tackles. That ball got the air. The entire stadium went to like everyone at the stadium, I swear, was like watching it.
You could hear a pin drop.
Yeah, it was like
All right.
slow mo.
Yep.
And when he caught the ball, there wasn't an immediate eruption. It was like everyone was completely shocked, to include the receiver who caught the ball, who kind of like walks the back of the end zone, was like, holy shit, I've got the ball. And then the place went nuts. And
No shit.
after the game, I talked to, we because, you can never leave parking lot, for after the game because, you just sit in the car with it running for 45 minutes. So we post tailgated with a lot of Commander fans. And then you got guys who've been going to games for 20, 30 years and like, we've never seen anything like it. Everyone was in complete shock. It was probably one of the best finishes I've ever seen live and in person in any sporting event ever.
Well, there
And the
was a
thing wasn't
couple
even in
bad
the end
things.
zone.
Yeah, there was a couple bad things on the Washington one. Before the Hail Mary even started, that 15-yard pass to set up the Hail Mary, like we weren't even ready for it. We were in prevent. We were all the way down. We basically gave it to them.
We
Yeah,
thought
You
right
gave him
at
the
the
50
very
yards.
Everything.
You gave him the
when that
45
went
yards.
down,
line. You couldn't.
And he should have been on point. And
Yeah.
to run back to the play, if he wouldn't have touched the ball, he wouldn't have caught the ball.
I didn't.
I was telling my wife, when that all went down, I just said Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
I didn't agree. I didn't agree with the setup though. I'm thinking. I don't know if somebody tell me if I'm wrong, but I would have only rushed 2 or 3 guys on that play and have a couple extra guys in the back.
I'm actually on the opposite end of that.
I would send 4
receivers and stuff, the tall guys, not just
I
DBs.
I need to be out there.
In the end zone.
The
Personally, I
whole
would've
pile
blitzed.
came out of the end zone. The ball wasn't even in the end zone. It got tipped back to the end zone.
Right.
The whole pile came out.
So Woody,
Guys,
I'm actually on the opposite side of your thinking. If it's me on a Hail Mary, I'm
hindsight's always be 20/20 on these plays, right? I mean, can you fault Tyreek Stevenson for trying to make a play in the ball? No, because that's what they're told to do is make a play in the ball. The hindsight, we're always going to call it better than what actually happened during the game. But I mean, are there some things that the Bears in hindsight could have done? Yeah, maybe bring in some of the receivers, some more hands guys. But look, they have confidence in their DBs, right? Could you say, well, Tyreek shouldn't have made the play in the ball because if he didn't, then they don't catch it? Fine, but they teach these guys to make the play on the ball. So hindsight on that play 3 weeks ago now is going to be 20/20 and what they could have, should have, would have done. But I'll tell you what, that one play, I think it affected the Bears a lot deeper than just that game because you saw it then in Arizona, they were pretty flat.
Well, let's be honest. You guys as a team kind of fell apart after that Hail Mary. Like the last couple games, you guys are just not executing anything anymore.
No.
And some of that
locker room don't seem like it's there.
Some of that was on Shane Waldron, and some of that was on.
If you guys win that game, who knows how you play against the Cardinals? You guys might have actually came out and punched them in the mouth.
But that game also, though, kind of masked some of the problems with Shane Waldron because of those fourth quarter drives by Caleb. I think it kind of masked for another week the problems they were having offensively under Waldron. So, I mean, look, hindsight's always going to be 20/20, but we got to start looking forward, guys. In about 12 minutes, we got a game, and we got to do some predictions because, well, we've got a ton of you on here today. So let me start out with Nick. Nick, give me your game prediction and score.
Honestly, guys, I mean, you guys have watched Green Bay's defense this year. We just shut down pretty much the best offense in the league a couple weeks ago. If Jordan Love doesn't throw that pick six, it's a different game. But I'm just gonna say that I don't think that your guys' offense is gonna be able to put up points on our defense. I'm gonna say Green Bay 24, Bears 14.
All right, John, what about you?
Oh boy, here we go.
I'm thinking 34-13.
All right, Rob.
All right, Bears. You said
I'm sticking with mine. 31-10, man. I think you guys get off your 19 drive streak. I think you break that. You get your touchdown, but
in garbage time, right?
So bear down, Mike. So Jordan Love has not thrown a touchdown in 2 games, and 2 Packer fans are now saying that the Packers are going to score more on the Bears than what they get. Only one team has scored more than 21 points on the Bears, and the Packers, they think they're going to be one of them. What say you?
2017 Carlos Santos field goal.
God damn it.
All right, Woody.
Oh my fucking God. I'm gonna. Oh man. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and with me, I shouldn't be going out on limbs. I'm saying this is it. This is the final thing for me this year. Division game. Bears haven't scored a touchdown in 2 games. Jordan Love hasn't thrown a touchdown in 2 straight games. I'm going to go with 26-23. I'm going to go Chicago today.
And we lost Mike because Mike was going to make his prediction. So I look at. There's a lot of unknown with the Chicago team as far as how the offense is going to be run with the new OC. And I think that's a good thing for the Bears coming into this game against Green Bay. If there was any game where you want to have an OC that no one knows anything about, it's against the Packers because they don't know how to. They know the scheme, but they have no idea what his tendencies are, what he's going to favor, and they're going to be learning on the fly. And let's hope they don't make the adjustments. I don't think the Packers put up more than 21 points on the Bears. I think it's going to be. I think the Bears do score a couple touchdowns today, but I'm going to say it's going to be like 20-17 Chicago. Division game, close game. That's kind of where I'm leaning right now. And I think they're going to hold home and restart a new home winning streak after the embarrassment of last week. And that's kind of where I'm at with that.
I think it comes down to interception or turnovers. More turnovers.
Well, and John, the thing about the turnovers, and I'm happy you brought that up. The Bears are very good at not turning the ball over this year. Very good.
That defense is actually taking it away too, though.
Yeah, but Green Bay plays teams that are good at not turning it over, and all of a sudden they start turning it over.
For me, it's all field position. It's all field position.
No,
we're really good in the red zone, but we're also good at stopping teams in the red zone.
What about the run game? Do you think about Josh Jacobs? You think they'll stop him?
Yeah, well,
that's the biggest problem. Our run game sucks.
Yeah, our run game sucks.
And Josh Jacobs
they used to be good. They used to be really good.
And you know what? It's not just Josh Jacobs. Emmanuel Wilson has also been really good this year.
That Brooks too.
So the Bears are interesting for the most part on the season. Their whole mentality on defense is kind of like this whole bend don't break. And even with rushing, the numbers on the season are not great. And the Arizona game was absolutely horrendous. But outside of that Arizona game, which is the one anomaly defensively for this team this year, their problem has been they're actually pretty good at stopping the run for the most part of the game, but then they always give up that one big play. And that's been their problem. It's like they're giving up that one big run, and then they're pretty good. They're limiting guys at 2 or 3 yards, which isn't terrible, right? But then they're giving up the 30 or 40-yarder. And if they can stop Josh Jacobs from getting that big gash run at some point, and look, I don't mind it. If they're going to 3 or 4 yards of carry, that's okay. They just got to stop the 20, 30-yard gashes that they give up.
Well, that poses a problem for you guys, Ken, because Green Bay has the most explosive plays per game in the whole entire league.
Right, I know. Well, on the run defense, that's where the problem has been. They've got to find a way to stop that gash play. And they give up one a game, and then they kind of – it's funny, if you watch the Bears, they'll give up that one gash play in the run usually early, and then they kind of lock it down a little bit. They've been very good at bend, don't break, but they need to improve overall on the run defense.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I personally have watched Green Bay do the bend, don't break thing, and it drives me nuts. This year, I feel like we finally got away from that, and our defense just is stout this time. It's finally like one of the things that I can brag about for once.
We're right now ranked 11th, one ahead of the Bears. The Bears are 12th. We're ahead of the Bears in the defense right now.
And that's yards, but we cause so many turnovers that the yards don't bother me at all. We get the ball back a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, getting Xavier McKinney, man, that was a big
can we all
mistake.
admit
That's what putting you over.
Can we admit that was the best signing in the league this year?
We can.
I know I'm being a homer of sorts, but I feel like that might actually be the best signing of the year.
I don't know. Barkley going to the Sheagles.
That's pretty good too.
So Nick, let me stop your homerish right there.
Well, Woody,
maybe the defensive side of it.
Woody gave a great argument right there. I can't deny that one.
McKinney, look at McKinney in his streak early. Like Stafford straight up gave him a gift. He went right to him. McKinney's got some gifts, but he's made a huge impact, especially early with that Packers defense. But he's been given some gifts by the same token. I don't think he's going to get any gifts from Caleb
You're gonna
today.
get 2 today.
No.
Jalen Johnson's going to get 2. He
Do
hasn't
you know
had
how many
one in a
times?
while.
Do you know how many times Jared Goff threw the ball in McKinney's direction 2 weeks ago? He threw it one time the whole game in his direction.
So he's a smart quarterback. Is that what you're saying?
McKinney and Jalen Johnson, if you think about it, those two guys don't get thrown at often. Like those are the two guys in the North who quarterbacks don't throw at. For the
Right.
Bears,
And
you guys
my point, Ken, is they're game changers, right? If you're forcing a quarterback to not throw your way, that changes the game.
Jordan Love is not scared to throw his way. I promise you. You guys are going to get a pick from him. I promise. He's going to throw his way. Watch. Jordan Love does not care who's out there. He does not
Jordan
care.
Love
he'll throw his way.
Clearly.
The gunslinger Love, huh?
He does not
He'll
care.
throw his way, or they'll call plays. They'll throw his way until he gets picked or keeps not getting completions. Then they'll move away because LaFleur is a smart coach. I mean, I get what you're saying, Rob, but at some point LaFleur's like, don't throw there. Like they may try it early. But
this is why it's becoming
we'll
it's becoming apparent to me that Jordan Love is more Favre than he is Rodgers because he ain't scared to throw the ball anywhere. He really isn't.
Not scared. Not scared.
So we got about 4 minutes to game time. Now there are 2 other games in the North. We got the Vikings are in Nashville today. They should probably take care of business there.
They're gonna whoop their ass
unless Sam Darnold just starts throwing more picks.
I don't know.
Tennessee's gonna get
is the lowest yards given up their defense.
My upset of the week would be Jags over the Lions.
It's not Tennessee's defense, right? It's not Tennessee's defense. It's their offense that's so inept that
For a while there, Tennessee had the number 1 defense in the league, believe it or not, even though they weren't winning games. And then where are the Lions at today?
Yeah, Jags.
Jags.
Oh, God.
Mac Jones is
They got a bye week.
Yeah.
They're going to kill the Jags.
I think they're going to have an upset this week.
But look at the Packers needed a walk-off field goal against the Jags. The Bears destroyed the Jags. So the Jags are one of those teams that are a little Detroit-y of the 80s. And this could be one of those games where the Lions, it could be a trap game.
You guys got smoked by the Cardinals and we smoked them. What does that have to do with it?
The Jags should have beat Minnesota last week with Mac Jones. They should have won that game.
Yeah. I mean, their
defense is pretty good, actually.
Don't sleep on the Jags. That could be a sleeper right there. And
I'm not sleeping on the Jags. I'm sleeping on Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. All I gotta say, that's it. Mac Jones.
And Minnesota, that could be a trap game in Tennessee. That defense. I mean, look, you throw a couple pick sixes, that game could end. So I mean, it's the NFL any given Sunday. Look at the parity in this league is usually 1 or 2 players, or one are called this way, or one called the other way. There aren't any so god awful teams that are just an automatic win. I mean, there's 1 or 2 you might be able to make a case for, like maybe Carolina was for a while, but I mean, it's still an any given Sunday kind of league.
Tennessee needs a Tony Pollard 150-yard game and 2 scores to be able to be competitive today.
Yep.
Well, we'll be talking about all this stuff, of course, tomorrow morning on Ken and Ken in the Morning. Thank you, everyone, for being here for the pregame. Thank you to all the Packer fans who showed up today. Thank you for everyone in the comments. Of course, thank you everyone on X and YouTube and everyone else that watched. Coming up next for everyone, mostly everyone here, it's Bears Packers at Soldier Field. We'll see you tomorrow morning on Ken and Ken in the Morning, and we'll see you. You're back here Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central for Halas Hall Report. Everyone enjoy the game, and we'll see you all soon.
It was good to talk to you guys.
Bear down.
Go Pack, go.
Total Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla, Grosef Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and Maniacs. The nightly podcasts are Halas Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports. Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, the Michigan Truth Sports Podcast, Off the Rails, NFC Northeast, Power Hour.